Hi everybody, in this time-lapse video we're gonna show you how we've done the koi pond exhibit filter and the piping and the water turnover. This is a 25,000 gallon pond exhibit, and 25,000 is to the brim, so right now it's filled with only 20,000 gallons, and we're gonna aim for 3 turnovers an hour, which means 20-minute turnover, and that also means 60,000 gallons an hour flow rate. The filter is going to be of the shower tower type. It's about 6 foot tall and about 4 feet by 8 feet physical footprint. And the biomedia occupies about 3.5 feet by 5.5 feet, approximately maybe 3 feet. This is the volume. The shower tower has 3 walls. They're made of plywood and wooden boards. The front wall is made of egg crate light diffuser panels supported by 2-inch pipes, as you can see right here. The floor is made of composite deck boards. The top of the shower tower, or I call it a shower head, used to have a perforated rubber liner, which I removed, but you will see it in the video. I'm still messing with it. And then also has a doubled up egg crate diffuser panels supported by 2-inch piping. And the lining of the filter, for the underlayment I used greenhouse plastic sheeting, and for the liner itself I used 20 mil PVC liner, 14 feet by 21 foot. Alright, the stuffing is, it only has 1 shelf, and I placed some cut up 4-inch corrugated piping on the bottom, and then I used about 7,000 nylon mesh pond scrubbers as a stuffing for the shower tower. And the water free fall is about 30 inches or so. Okay, how do I deliver the water to the filter is I built an aqueduct, and the reason for these main reasons are twofold. The main reason is I need oxygenation. I need to maximize oxygenation to bring the water, when I'm bringing the water from the pumps to the filter, the water is running free in the aqueduct and getting oxygenated. And then the other reason is that the cost. Pretty much all the wood that I built the aqueduct with, I just scavenged from the street. A neighbor's shed got blown away by Hurricane Irma, and they just put out a whole bunch of pressure-treated broken wooden boards on the street. So I just picked it up, and it was pretty much free, just my labor. Otherwise, you know, large diameter pipes or whatnot are very, very expensive. And currently I'm coping and experimenting with the mechanical filtration chamber that doubles up as a shower head. So when the water comes in here on the top of the filter, I'm using this water retention or water control, rather water flow control fabric, groundwater control fabric that filters out all the impurities. It needs to be cleaned rather often, otherwise the water builds up here and starts overflowing and spilling out. So we'll touch on this in the video as well. We got all our koi in here, about 110 110, 120 koi out of the temporary pond. They're all here now. Of course, they spawned a couple of times, pulled the water, but this is for another video. Alright, so now we're gonna go to the time-lapse video of the construction of the filter, aqueduct, the piping, installation of the pumps, etc. Thank you, guys. I haven't washed the window yet, so it's got a lot of sand on it. It doesn't make sense to wash it because I haven't done the floor yet. After the rain, it gets pretty sandy. Working on the shower tower, putting up boards for the koi filter, koi pond filter. This is the first section of the aqueduct. The pipe is just laying there for an example where the pipes are gonna come into, and then the water will be ducted into the filter from the other end of the pond, which is 50 feet long. The first section of the aqueduct attached. Alright, it took me about 3 weeks, 60 hours each week to finish this aqueduct. So the water will come from that corner up and into the open end, and then it's gonna run about 50 feet along the koi pond, about 6 feet above the water level, and into the filter. Right now I have only the wood. Next step will be making lining it with underlayment and with rubber liner. For the underlayment I'll just use old greenhouse plastic that I scavenged from my neighbor. It's nice thick plastic, about 6 mil thick. Okay. Just gonna go around and get into the filter, go over the pot scrubbies, and then out and back in the pond. Alright, the next project is the shade cloth. This is just temporarily fixed with clamps. It was torn up by Hurricane Irma. So before I rehome koi into the koi pond, I need to first take care of the shade cloth. Otherwise the birds will see the koi and swoop down to prey on them. And then I will take care of the solid sheet of plastic at the last step, because the rain season is coming and I need to get the koi out of the temporary pond. Otherwise, when the rains come in, I will not be able to pump it down. The water will be too high. Alright. Alright, today I have laid down the greenhouse plastic as the underlayment for the rubber liner that will line the aqueduct. That was the filter end. I'm gonna show you now the entrance. There it is. Next step is the rubber liner, and I didn't shoot it, but I finished the shade cloth, so now we have no holes and we should be safe from all the birds spotting our koi. Okay, the rubber liner is in the aqueduct. That was a 5-foot by 60-foot piece that I laid over the greenhouse plastic underlayment. This is where it comes into the filter section. From over there, that's about 45 feet long, and it comes over into here. And I made my shower head, so to speak. That took me 2 days and 11,000 holes, 5 30-seconds each. That hopefully should be enough. That's about 3 times larger area than the 10 3-inch pipes that I'm planning to use for the water flow. And I used this tool which is used for to make holes in leather belts, to make the holes. So I got quite a few blisters. It was quite painful. Alright, so the next step is to clean the pond of all the debris blown in by a hurricane and just collected in there in the last half a year, and then start installing the pumps and the pipes. Some days later the pumps are in, the pipes installed. I just need to wrap them up in the rubber liner cutoffs to hide their ugliness. I'm gonna lay down the underlayment now over the liner to serve as a filter cloth. Okay, the filter cloth is in, ready for a test. Just temporary, fixing is fine. We'll see how the water runs through, how many pumps I can run that it can handle, and so on. Testing the first pump. Just turned on one pump to see what's going to happen. First water is arriving at the filter via aqueduct. It's running with one pump out of 10. That's 4 out of 10 pumps going. Okay, that's 10 pumps, 60,000 gallons an hour. The water in aqueduct is about 6-7 inches deep out of the total 1 foot. So that's not bad. This is the filter. In here we have so far about 5 inches of water. I had to put down the rocks to make the folds in the liner go down. What I'm using for the filter is the for the mechanical filter, or the aqua sock, so to speak, is the ground flow fabric that's used in ground to control the flow. And when I was turning on all the 10 pumps, the water in here in the shower head was rising a bit too much, so I had to cut out a few more holes. This time I just used scissors here and there, and I'm gonna try it again. Okay, one more time. 10 pumps with more holes in the shower head, so the water level is more acceptable, staying lower than before. Got some rocks here holding down the liner in the aqua sock. This is inside the filter. I think we're almost ready to try the first fish in here. We're gonna go get some koi and put them in here. So this morning I come out and find the water spilling over the top over there, out of the shower head. So I cut the liner off, a section of it completely. I'm gonna just try and lay the aqua sock fabric right on the egg crate light diffuser, and see if that gives me any more flow and any more time before I have to clean the cloth. Okay, I got the liner out for now. My highly ornate liner. And we're gonna try with just the egg crate. This is a work in progress. This is why I have the clips, because everything is temporary before I fine-tune it and find a solution and a working condition for this thing. The thing is, this fabric is rather constrictive of the flow, and it plugs up quickly. So I may need a different fabric, but for now I'm gonna play with this fabric because I have like 200 feet by 12 feet of it. I just want to be able to clean it maybe once a week, once a couple of weeks. I don't want to be cleaning it every day. And of course I don't want to have spillovers either, because it makes my wood wet and it takes a while for it to dry up, and it, you know, even though everything is treated, but water and wood really don't mix that well. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the pumps now and see how this works. Okay, here we are running without the rubber liner, punctured rubber liner in the shower head. I only turned on 6 pumps and the water is already pretty high. So this fabric is quite restrictive. Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to clean it, put a fresh piece in, and see how quickly that plugs up. If that plugs up quickly, I'm gonna have to find a different solution to this problem. Maybe I'm gonna have to puncture some holes in this in the fabric. I will not get the aqueduct cleaning effect, but I'll get something, at least temporary, to run the pond, because I already have 9 koi in there. Show you the first fish.